My name is Dusan Zaric and this is 4 a.m. Chicken Soup. In today's episode, we're going to make a Basque Style Gin Tonico or Gin Tonic. Now, what is so special about this drink is that in Spain, they serve a very tall, large afternoon gin tonic that is quite different than your regular gin tonic that you are used to. If you ever find yourself in Bilbao or San Sebastian, I highly suggest that you go into one of the local bars and experience that gin tonic culture for yourself. So to make this gin tonic, we need a few ingredients that are actually really fun. It creates kind of a showstopper when you do this for somebody else. For this specific gin tonic, we will use Hepple Gin. Hepple is made by my good friend Nick Strangeway in England, and it's a fantastic gin that uses 3 different types of distillation to create a very unique flavor. It is very soft, but yet it has a really beautiful balance to it. It also has some Douglas fir, which is really, really nice and gives this gin a really nice flavor note. So, to begin making this gin tonic, and remember, this is not your gin tonic that you get served on the Delta flight from Los Angeles to Atlanta, okay? This is quite different, so let's enjoy it. We will need 2 ounces of gin, and we'll pour it in this large Burgundy glass, usually 22.5 ounces. Now comes the fun part. We'll add our ingredients. First thing that they always do over there is they add an olive. I use Castelvetrano olives, which have a pit in there. And the reason I used olives with a pit is because the pit actually keeps the olive fresh, crunchy, and buttery. Next, a few juniper berries to enhance the juniper berry flavor, and a little bit of pink peppercorns, which I really, really like to use. A nice long spiral lemon twist, and a long spiral of a lime twist. The way you actually cut lemon or lime twist is very, very simple. You will need a special tool called the channel knife. It looks kind of like this. And then you take your lemon or your citrus fruit and you dig into this and you just run it by turning the fruit like this. All right, so now that we have all our ingredients submerged into our gin, we're going to employ a process called freeze infusion. To do that, you need dry ice. Please handle dry ice with care. Use gloves. Some people use goggles. I don't. I kind of play with it the way it comes. But if you're concerned about your safety, certainly use it. So I'm holding in my hand this really beautiful clamp tea strainer, which I will submerge into the gin. And what this process does, it actually breaks down the cellular structure of the ingredients inside and infuses them very quickly into the gin. Additionally, what it does, it creates this really nice effect where we get this beautiful smoke coming out. Now remember, dry ice is frozen CO2. So you are not safe to consume it. That's why we use this type of a tea strainer, so that we make sure that no ice is actually left in the drink. So what you do is you basically let this steep here for around 30 seconds to 45 seconds, creating this really nice effect. Now, after this, the gin is properly infused, and now we will add ice. Because this glass is pretty big, we want to fill it up all the way with large ice cubes. Now, half an ounce of fresh lime juice. Again, another point of difference with the regular gin tonics that you would get anywhere else is that they actually add fresh lime juice into the drink, and therefore it is not just a mixed drink, it is a long cocktail. So here we go, we add the lime juice. And now comes the tonic. Like everything else, tonic is important. You want to keep your tonic really, really cold. The colder the soda is, the better the carbonation. So we have 2 different types here. We have a regular tonic water by Fever Tree, and then we have a Mediterranean tonic water by Fever Tree as well. I'm going to use the Mediterranean. And now comes the fun part. You want to use a long bar spoon. If you don't have a long one, a short one will do too. And basically what you do is you just stir it a little bit like that. And then, starting from the top, you pour the tonic down the bar spoon into the drink. Why, Dushan, do you do this like that? Well, because as you can see, the tonic is traveling down the bar spoon straight into the bottom of the glass, lifting the cocktail with itself. And as you do that, you maintain the carbonation and the freshness. So you're letting the bubbles do the mixing for you. And besides that, it looks really, 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 really cool and gives you kind of a layer of credibility. You want to give it another final stir and then finally garnish it with whatever tickles your fancy, as they say. I like to use dried grapefruit, a little bit of rosemary, and finally, of course, a little bit of fresh mint. And then you serve it. Now the food, sardine sandwiches, jamon or ham, Spanish ham, clams, Spanish chorizo, croquetas de bacalao, croquetas de jamon. So if you're having a party, combine this drink with these specific foods and it will really open up the whole party to a really nice level of experience. As always, please don't forget to subscribe or give us a thumbs up if you liked the video. Stay legendary and drink your gin tonicos.